There comes a time in every person's life when the loudest thing they can do is become silent. Not because they have given up, not because they are weak, not because they have nothing to say, but because they finally understand that real transformation does not happen in front of an audience. It happens in private, in silence, in discipline, in the hours when nobody is watching and nobody is clapping. If you feel stuck, distracted, disrespected, unfocused, emotionally drained, or tired of living the same year over and over again, then perhaps the answer is not to explain yourself more. Perhaps the answer is not to chase more people, post more, argue more, or prove more. Perhaps the answer is to disappear for a season and rebuild yourself so deeply that even your old habits cannot recognize you. The Stoics understood something modern people often forget. Your life is shaped by what you repeatedly give your attention to. If your attention belongs to noise, your mind becomes noisy. If your attention belongs to other people's opinions, your identity becomes unstable. If your attention belongs to pleasure, comfort, distraction, and approval, your character becomes weak. But when your attention returns to discipline, solitude, self-control, and purpose, your life begins to change. This is why disappearing for 6 months is not about running away from life. It is about returning to yourself. It is not about becoming antisocial. It is about becoming unavailable to distractions that have been stealing your future. It is not about hating people. It is about finally understanding that not everyone deserves access to the version of you that is trying to heal, grow, and become stronger. 6 months may sound long. But ask yourself honestly, how many years have you already lost to overthinking, procrastination, toxic relationships, emotional reactions, social media, excuses, and waiting for motivation? How many months have disappeared while you promised yourself that you would start tomorrow? How many dreams have been delayed because you kept giving your best energy to things that did not build you? The next 6 months will pass whether you change or not. The question is, will you meet the same version of yourself at the end, or will you become someone new? Stoicism teaches that we do not control the world. We do not control people. We do not control the past. We do not control luck, approval, criticism, rejection, or the opinions of others. But we do control our choices. We control what we practice. We control what we tolerate. We control what we consume. We control what we repeat. We control whether we obey our impulses or our principles. And this is where transformation begins. Not with a dramatic announcement. Not with telling everyone your plans. Not with posting that you are about to change your life. But with one quiet decision. For the next 6 months, I will stop living as a slave to distraction. Most people fail because they want the results of discipline without the loneliness of discipline. They want confidence without repetition. They want respect without standards. They want a better body, a stronger mind, a calmer heart, and a more meaningful life, but they refuse to give up the habits that created their weakness. You cannot become new while remaining loyal to everything that kept you old. If you want transformation, something must be sacrificed. Your comfort must be sacrificed. Your excuses must be sacrificed. Your need for constant entertainment must be sacrificed. Your attachment to people who drain you must be sacrificed. Your addiction to being seen must be sacrificed. Because the version of you that you say you want to become has a price, and that price is paid daily, quietly, repeatedly, when nobody is watching. The Stoic does not ask, "How do I feel today?" before doing what must be done. The Stoic asks, "What does my character require of me today?" This question changes everything. Because feelings are unstable. Motivation comes and goes. Some mornings you will wake up strong. Some mornings you will wake up tired. Some days your mind will feel clear. Some days it will feel heavy. Some days you will believe in yourself. Some days you will doubt everything. If your life is ruled by feelings, your future will always be inconsistent. Discipline is the bridge between the person you are and the person you could become. For the next 6 months, your mission is simple. Reduce the noise, strengthen the body, sharpen the mind, master the emotions, and build a life that does not collapse every time the world becomes uncomfortable. Start with silence. Stop telling everyone what you are doing. Stop explaining your goals to people who are not building anything. Stop seeking validation before you take action. Stop needing applause for decisions that are supposed to save your life. The more you announce, the more energy you lose. The more you explain, the more opinions you invite. The more opinions you invite, the more your focus becomes polluted. Protect the early stages of your transformation. A seed does not grow by being dug up every day to see if it is working. It grows because it is hidden, protected, watered, and left alone long enough to become strong. You are the seed. For 6 months, become difficult to access. Not rude. Not cold. Not arrogant. Just focus. Answer less. React less. Explain less. Scroll less. Complain less. Compare less. Train yourself to stop giving immediate access to your attention. Your attention is your life. Every hour you give away is a piece of your future. Every pointless conversation, every unnecessary argument, every night lost to distraction, every morning wasted in laziness is not small. It is the slow destruction of potential. People think their life changes through one huge decision. But more often, life changes through small repetitions. The workout you do when you do not feel like it. The book you read instead of scrolling. The silence you choose instead of reacting. The boundary you keep instead of apologizing for it. The early morning you protect. The late night temptation you refuse. The promise to yourself that you finally keep. This is how self-respect is built. Self-respect does not come from positive thoughts alone. It comes from evidence. Every time you do what you said you would do, you create evidence that you can trust yourself. Every time you break a promise to yourself, you weaken that trust. So for the next 6 months, stop making promises you do not intend to keep. Choose a few non-negotiables and live by them. Train your body. Study your mind. Protect your sleep. Control your diet. Reduce social media. Stop chasing people. Create before you consume. Practice silence before reaction. Do the difficult thing first. You do not need a complicated life plan. You need consistent principles. The Stoics believed that character is built through practice. Courage is practiced. Patience is practiced. Discipline is practiced. Wisdom is practiced. Self-control is practiced. You do not become calm by waiting for life to become easy. You become calm by practicing calmness when life tests you. You do not become disciplined by waiting for motivation. You become disciplined by practicing action when motivation disappears. You do not become strong by avoiding discomfort. You become strong by meeting discomfort voluntarily and realizing it cannot destroy you. This is why the next 6 months must include discomfort. Wake up earlier than your excuses want you to. Move your body when your mind wants comfort. Eat with discipline when your impulses want escape. Sit in silence when your emotions want distraction. Work on your purpose when your old self wants pleasure. Every time you choose discipline over impulse, you vote for the person you are becoming. And at first, your old self will resist. It will tell you that one day off does not matter. It will tell you that you can start again next week. It will tell you that you deserve comfort because life has been hard. It will tell you to text the person who disturbed your peace. It will tell you to check who watched your story. It will tell you to compare your life to strangers online. It will tell you to quit when results are not visible. Do not negotiate with the old self. The old self is not evil. It is familiar. It wants what is easy because easy feels safe. But what is easy now often becomes painful later. And what is difficult now often becomes freedom later. Remember that. Discipline is difficult today, but regret is difficult forever. You are not disappearing to punish the world. You are disappearing to stop punishing yourself with the same patterns. You are disappearing from the noise so you can hear your own thoughts. You are disappearing from the crowd so you can stop performing. You are disappearing from distractions so you can meet your potential. You are disappearing from emotional chaos so you can become stable. And stability is rare. In a world addicted to reaction, the calm person becomes powerful. In a world addicted to attention, the focused person becomes dangerous. In a world addicted to comfort, the disciplined person becomes unstoppable. This is what 6 months of solitude can do if you use it correctly. But solitude must not become laziness. Isolation without discipline is just hiding. Silence without action is just avoidance. Disappearing without transformation is only absence. If you disappear, disappear with a plan. Month 1 is for awareness. Look honestly at your life. What is weakening you? What habits are stealing your energy? Which people leave you drained? What do you keep avoiding? What are you pretending not to know? Where are you lying to yourself? Do not judge. Observe. The Stoic observes reality without decoration. If your routine is weak, admit it. If your mind is distracted, admit it. If your relationships are unhealthy, admit it. If your discipline is poor, admit it. Truth is not the enemy. Truth is the beginning of freedom. Month 2 is for removal. Remove what keeps pulling you back. Remove apps that consume your attention. Remove conversations that lead nowhere. Remove habits that make you feel weak. Remove environments that normalize mediocrity. Remove the need to explain yourself to people committed to misunderstanding you. You cannot grow while constantly feeding the old life. Month 3 is for structure. Build your daily system. Wake time, sleep time, training time, study time, work time, reflection time, silence time. Structure is not a prison. Structure is protection. Without structure, your impulses become your schedule. Without structure, other people's demands become your life. Without structure, your potential remains random. Month 4 is for intensity. This is where you push harder. Increase the standard. Train longer. Read deeper. Work with more focus. Say no faster. Protect your energy more seriously. Stop negotiating with distractions. By month 4, people may begin noticing that you are different. Some will support it. Some will mock it. Some will be confused. Some will try to pull you back into the old role. Stay focused. Your transformation is not a public debate. Month 5 is for refinement. You begin to see what works. You adjust. You simplify. You remove more. You become sharper. You notice that you need less noise than before. You notice that your confidence is quieter. You notice that you no longer crave certain people's approval the way you once did. This is the beginning of inner freedom. Month 6 is for identity. By now, the question is no longer, can I change? The question becomes, who am I now? Because real transformation is not a temporary routine. It is a new identity built through repeated action. You no longer work out because you are trying to become disciplined. You work out because you are disciplined. You no longer avoid toxic conversations because you are trying to protect your peace. You avoid them because peace is now part of your standard. You no longer chase people because you are trying to look strong. You stop chasing because self-respect has become natural. This is the goal. Not to impress others. Not to return and show everyone they were wrong. Not to become arrogant, but to become aligned. To become a person whose actions match their values. To become someone who can be alone without collapsing. To become someone who can be criticized without losing direction. To become someone who can be tempted without surrendering. To become someone who can suffer without becoming bitter. This is Stoic transformation. And do not misunderstand, the world will test you. People will return when they sense your energy has changed. Old distractions will look attractive again. Your ego will want recognition. Your mind will try to convince you that you have done enough. The old life will knock on the door wearing familiar faces. When it does, remember why you started. Remember the nights you felt tired of yourself. Remember the promises you broke. Remember the peace you lost chasing people who did not value you. Remember the potential you buried under excuses. Remember the version of you that prayed for change. Do not betray that person. One of the greatest tragedies in life is not failure. It is adaptation to a life far below your potential. Many people do not fail dramatically. They slowly accept less discipline, less courage, less honesty, less ambition, less self-respect, less peace. They lower their standards until mediocrity feels normal. Do not let that happen to you. The next 6 months can be a line in your life. Before and after. Before, you reacted to everything. After, you choose your response. Before, you chased approval. After, you move with self-respect. Before, you wasted mornings and regretted night. After, you lived by structure. Before, you were controlled by emotion. After, you are guided by principle. Before, you talked about change. After, you became the evidence. But this will only happen if you stop waiting for perfect conditions. Your life will not become quiet before you start. People will not stop demanding your attention. Your emotions will not become easy. Your schedule will not magically open. Your confidence will not arrive before action. You must begin while imperfect. Begin tired. Begin afraid. Begin uncertain. Begin with a messy life and a serious decision. The decision is enough to start. Repetition is what makes it real. Every morning, ask yourself, what would the stronger version of me do today? Then do that. Not all day perfectly. Not without struggle. But at least in the next decision. Because transformation is not built in the future. It is built in the next decision. Will you scroll or will you work? Will you react or will you breathe? Will you complain or will you train? Will you chase or will you let go? Will you sleep through your potential or will you rise? Will you protect your excuses or will you protect your future? This is where your life changes. In private decisions that nobody sees. And one day, after enough private victories, the public result becomes impossible to ignore. People will say you changed. They will be right. But they will not know the full story. They will not know the mornings you fought your own mind. They will not know the nights you wanted to quit. They will not know the temptations you refused. They will not know the loneliness you transformed into strength. They will only see the result. Let them. You are not doing this to be understood. You are doing this to become free. Freedom is not doing whatever you feel like doing. That is often slavery to impulse. Real freedom is self-command. The ability to say no to what weakens you. The ability to choose purpose over pleasure. The ability to remain steady when life is unstable. The ability to belong to yourself even when the world tries to own your attention. That is freedom. So disappear for 6 months. Disappear from pointless argument. Disappear from toxic cycles. Disappear from the need to be seen. Disappear from cheap dopamine. Disappear from people who only love the version of you they can control. Disappear from habits that keep you ashamed of yourself. And reappear with discipline. Reappear with peace. Reappear with standard. Reappear with a stronger body, a sharper mind, and a calmer soul. Reappear not as someone who needs approval, but as someone who has earned self-respect. This is not easy. But easy is not what you need. You need meaning. You need strength. You need a reason to trust yourself again. And that trust is built one promise at a time. So make the promise now. For the next 6 months, I will stop abandoning myself. For the next 6 months, I will protect my attention. For the next 6 months, I will train my body, discipline my mind, and master my reactions. For the next 6 months, I will stop living for the approval of people who are not responsible for my future. For the next 6 months, I will become someone I can respect. Do not say it loudly. Live it quietly. Let the world wonder where you went. Let people underestimate you. Let distractions lose access to you. Let the old version of you fade. And when the 6 months pass, do not return to the same life that required your transformation in the first place. Build a new one. Because the purpose of disappearing is not to escape life. It is to finally enter it with strength. Disappear. Discipline yourself. Transform in silence. And become the person your future has been waiting for.